Hey everyone, what's up? Hope you're having a great day. Wish you a very happy new year to you and your family. I hope all your dreams and wishes come true this year. Now, having said that, let me welcome you to my list of top 10 Malayalam movies for 2022. There are mainly two parameters from which I've decided this list. The first and most important parameter is entertainment value, and the second is content. Wherein some movies are really high on entertainment, even though the content is not particularly new or something that hasn't been explored before. And on the other hand, there are movies with content that is new and exciting but not quite so high on entertainment value. I'm really looking at movies with a higher entertainment value more than anything else, because ultimately I believe the job of a movie is to entertain the audience, and if they have some relevant and interesting content, that's always a bonus. Now, having said that, let's move on to my list. To start things off, I want to mention two movies that did not quite make the top 10 list, but I think they're still worthy to be mentioned. Now, one of those movies is Pada, directed by Kamal KM, starring Kunjaku Bhavan, Dilesh Pawan, and Joju George and Vinayagan. Now, this is not an entertainer per se, but it's based off real incidents that took place in Kerala in 1996. It's actually a hostage situation, and we don't have a lot of movies based on hostage situations and things like that. It touches upon certain social issues such as land encroachment and the plight of the indigenous communities. It's a social thriller, but most importantly, it's a piece of Kerala history that has been presented really well. So I definitely recommend it. If you like to check out the detailed review of this movie, I'm going to place the link in the description. Check it out. The other movie on my list is Kaduva, directed by Shaji Kailas, starring Prithviraj. Now, Kaduva had relatively nothing new or different about it. It's basically all Shaji Kailas movies you've seen before. However, this was sort of a comeback for Shaji Kailas, because Malayalam cinema was kind of missing that big mass action movie that we used to get in the 90s with Mohanlal and Mammootty and Suresh Gopi, So this movie was kind of a reminder that we can still do those kind of movies and have fun with it. So for me, I just bought this, big tub of popcorn and I just watched this movie, and that was it. It wasn't like a big deal or anything like that. And it was just for me at that point, a time pass movie. So I sat down, had some popcorn, watched Prithviraj beat up with 100 guys and it was done. That's it. Simple movie. Lots of entertainment, lots of fun. Again, the link in the description for the review of this movie if you like to check it out. So if you are in the mood to watch a kick-ass 90s action kind of a movie, well, this is it. So alright, so here we go, top 10 list. So to start things off, number 10 on my list is Rorschach. I know a lot of people like this movie, and probably it's higher up on others' list. For me personally, I'm going to place the link in the description to my review. When I watched this movie, at the end of it, the main thing for me at the end of it, it didn't quite meet my expectation, because I had, I had found my own theories in my head, and it was completely different from what I had expected. So there's a little bit of a letdown. Now, having said that, I have to say, Rorschach is a genuine attempt at presenting a story in Malayalam movies in an extremely innovative manner, or for that matter in Indian film, because I haven't really seen too many movies like this. I've seen a few Hollywood movies here and there, but this movie, when it was presented the way it was presented, there are genuine moments of, that'll take your breath away in terms of how they have presented certain story elements, certain characters. So, this movie really relied on two things. One is the screenplay, second is the performance. Both of them was beyond excellence, I would say. But again, for me personally, I was watching this movie, and when I got to the end of it, I thought it was something very interesting and something new. But in terms of entertainment, I just felt like not quite there. That's the main thing. I thought the content and the presentation was something different and new from what we've seen before. But I didn't particularly feel very entertained. Like I said, I had a lot of, I guess I had different expectations of this movie. Didn't quite meet those expectations. But I still think it's pretty okay. Number 9 on my list is Bro Daddy. So Bro Daddy is a movie that absolutely, again, presents nothing really new or innovative or exciting or anything like that. But this movie is such a breezy, feel-good watch, I feel like Malayalam cinema, with all the exciting new content that's coming out, there is very little content in terms of, movies that you can watch with your whole family and have fun. That very innocent, very simple, very sweet, funny movies. Like, you had those in the 90s, you had a couple of them in the 90s. And I remember when I was growing up, sitting there watching with my family, parents, siblings, cousins, etc. You had a lot of fun with those movies. So Bro Daddy for me was a reminder of those. Again, nothing extraordinary, nothing special, but it was just this very pleasant, very relaxed watch. There's not a lot of tension, there's not a lot of complication. A pleasant, feel-good family entertainer. Number 8 on my list is another Mohanlal movie, 12th Man. So for 12th Man, for me, it's like this. I did not like the first half of this movie. I thought it was really boring and unnecessarily long. But the second half for me makes up for it. Because from Mohanlal's character also in the first half when he's introduced, I didn't really enjoy his performance or anything like that. But when it came to the second half again, the whole thing is taking place inside a room, and I just enjoyed the interactions and the investigation or how it was going, the story and things like that. Again, this is a Jitu Joseph movie, so we know that he knows how to deliver those thrillers. And overall, I just felt like this was a genuinely interesting mystery movie, especially in that second half. And for me, the second half is the one. For me, that's the reason I like this movie. First half was a big letdown, in my opinion. But the second half for me, I liked the mystery. I liked how the setup was done, and Mohanlal being the investigative officer, how he was questioning all those people. There were so many suspects, and every time someone says something, it's like, oh, maybe this person did it. And then someone says something, oh, maybe that person did it. You just can't pick who done the murder. So it was a very interesting movie. I had a lot of fun with it. It was again like Bro Daddy, 12th Man also was an OTT release. I feel like all the OTT releases, say for Mohanlal, was okay, and his theatre releases didn't do that well. So 12th Man for me was this mystery thriller that I had a lot of fun with. For a detailed review about the movie, check the link in the description. Number 7 on my movie is Enna Than Kesuvodu. So this movie, in terms of entertainment, it wasn't particularly that popcorn movie theatre commercial entertainer, but it had those moments. But mostly, it was about the content itself. It's about a common man's struggle to sue a minister. I thought it was a very interesting story, and there is a little bit of satire also going on. And the actors, everyone who came in there, Kunjak Bhuvan also, it's like we've never seen him before. It's that kind of a role for him. He did a great job. And all the other actors also, because there were a lot of supporting actors. Most of them were actually new actors or people with not a lot of experience, or people who haven't done that many movies, but they all did a great job in terms of performance, in terms of screenplay. Again, this movie is something that was exceptional this year, and I honestly have to say it's an exceptionally original story and original screenplay that has been done really well. The link is in the description if you like to check out my review. Number 6 on my list is Tallumala, the most stylish entertainer of this year. Seriously, in the movie theatre, watching this movie, it was like going on some kind of acid trip or something, man. You were just sitting back, and I couldn't believe some of the visuals, or how the story was told. Very innovative, very exciting. At the same time, there was a lot of entertainment value of it. The real exciting factor of it is the narrative structure and how it's been told. So it's Khalid Rahman, the director. Hats off to him, because he did an amazing job in bringing his vision on screen. And because seriously, when you watch this movie, the first thing you're thinking is, how do you visualize this and how do you, put it on screen? And he did such a great job. Tallumala, chain of fights. So each fight leading to one fight, and that's how it goes. There's flashback sequence. The story is told in a non-linear manner. So all in all, done really well, presented really well. It was a good theatre experience. The visuals, the color, the music, the fights, the choreography, the stunt, the fight sequences, done really well. If you'd like to hear more, check the link in the description for my review of Tallumala. Number 5 on my list is the movie that made everyone go, Jai, 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 Jai. So that was a very, very unique marketing strategy, and it did really well. Everyone was doing it, Instagram reel, and it became a sort of a trend. Everyone was doing it. The song became popular. People were talking about the movie, and then of course the movie was a blockbuster. I actually did a review of Jai 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 Hey last week because I saw the movie and it came out on OTT. I had a few things to say about this movie. First and foremost, I thought this was a really good entertainer. I had a lot of fun with it, but at the same time, I thought the messaging was a little biased, in my opinion. I've placed the link in the description for Jai 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 Hai if you'd like to check it out. All in all, a lot of fun. You can definitely watch it with your family. Again, it's one of those movies you can sit down with the whole family, watch it, have fun with it. Number 4 on my list is Bhishma Parvam, the highest grossing Malayalam movie of 2022. Bhishma Parvam for me was a really good entertainer. The standout elements over here was the character of Michael Agnetti, played magnanimously by megastar Mammootty. He did such a great job in embodying that character. It's one of those movies where Mammootty gets to be the superstar and actor. He's got scope to do both. In the movie itself, Amal Neerad, movie director, he knows how to take a really cool movie. If you were to ask me the coolest Malayalam movie of this year, that's Bhishma Parvam. It was so damn cool. The BGM, Sushin Sham who did the BGM, fantastic stuff, fantastic. I'm waiting for the announcement for Bhishma Parvam 2, if there is a Bhishma Parvam 2, because I would definitely want to see that. Link to the movie review is in the description, check it out. Number 3 on my list is Hridayam, and just as the title says, it's all about you. It's all about the feelings, man. It's Hridayam, it's heart. I don't know what else to say, man. It's just, the movie is like close to 3 hours or something, and it just felt really good, the way the movie was presented, the characters, the story, the BGM again, the music, the song. Music by Hesham Abdul Wahab was a standout in this movie, as well as the performance of Pranam Mohanlal, along with the supporting characters of Darshana Rajendran and Kalyani Priyadarshini. Now, I have a special relationship with this movie. When I started my YouTube channel, this is the first movie that I reviewed. And it was my first movie, and I was just so excited to talk about it. So the review was 50 minutes. It's still there. I'll place the link in the description. Check it out if you have the time, because it's 50 minutes. Vineet Srinivasan, as a writer and director, he's able to identify what can connect with the audience in terms of a scene, in terms of music. I think that's really where his strength lies as a storyteller. All in all, an absolute entertainer and a good time guaranteed. Alright, we are getting to the top 2 movies. Now, before that, a word from our sponsor. I'm joking, I don't have any sponsors. It's just me with the camera. Okay, so I'll go into the movie number 2, which is Jana Gana Mana. Directed by Dijo Jose Antony, starring Prithviraj Sukumaran and Suraj Onyaramudu. So, a disclaimer from my side. I want to say this right off the top. This movie is extremely cinematic and extremely dramatic. What goes on in a courtroom in this movie cannot possibly happen in real life. It's ridiculous that they would spend that much time on one case and with those big long dialogues and things like that. No, that is my only criticism with this movie. However, when I was watching this movie, even though I was telling my head, okay, they can't go this long in a movie, in a courtroom, they can't do all of this, even though that was happening, my god, man, riveting stuff, goosebumps. I was watching this movie, and Prithviraj, especially in the courtroom, I haven't seen Prithviraj like that. In my opinion, this is a career-best performance, because when he appears on screen, when he gives those firebrand dialogues, right? There's a part of me going, that's just amazing filmmaking or movie making, whatever you want to call it. Performance is one thing, but to get the audience to react to that, emotionally, intellectually, it's just amazing. And this came out on OTT also. I watched it. I felt the same way every time when I watch, that Prithviraj giving those fiery dialogues about democracy and about how the media treats certain people. It's just, yeah, man, you just feel so enraged and excited. So I really had a good time with this movie, and in my opinion, this is Malayalam's best socio-political thriller. Absolutely thrilling, absolutely engaging, lots of suspense and twists and turns, and like I said, incredible dialogues and performances. The way the movie ended, again, they gave hints and clues for a second part. I hope they release a second part. I'm definitely going to watch this first day for sure. I was really excited, had a lot of fun with this movie. Again, high on entertainment, high on content, not so realistic, sure, I'll give you that. I again state that some of the things that goes on in the courtroom and things like that, it's very cinematic and dramatic, probably won't happen in real life, but extremely entertaining, riveting stuff. Like I said, a lot of goosebumps, exciting moments, definitely worth a watch. Check out my review, the link is in the description. And now it's time to reveal my number 1 movie of 2022. What do you think it's going to be? I don't think this movie is in a lot of people's list, but for me this is number 1, and that is Kuman, directed by Jeetu Joseph, the master of thrillers in Malayalam cinema, and starring Asif Ali, in which I believe to be his career best performance. Kuman is a movie that not just entertained me and excited me and thrilled me. It's a movie that genuinely surprised me. First day for sure, I'm sitting down and I have certain ideas. Okay, this is going to be a suspense thriller, Jitu Joseph movie, all that stuff. It's in my head. But the way this movie begins and the way this movie ends, it felt like a roller coaster ride. Like, it's going to go this way, then it go this way, then it go this way. It was just so surprising. There are movies where you go in and you're expecting, okay, it's going to be an okay movie, and what you get is completely something different. And it's like this welcome surprise where you have a lot of fun with it, and it's a lot of excitement, a lot of thrills. It kept me guessing. Okay, this could happen. Nope, it goes like this. Like, oh my god, different angles. Azabali did a great job, because there's a lot of subtlety required for his character, and it's a very, very interesting character, because along with a great story, they have a great character also that they've established. If you like to see my review for Koman, the link is in the description. Do check it out. And that was my list, guys. That was my top 10 Malayalam movies of 2022. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to read them. Do you have a list of your own? If so, share it in the comments below. I would like to check it out. As always, thank you for watching, and once again wish you and your family a very happy new year. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up icon, and of course subscribe to our channel for more reviews and videos like this. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.